What's up, everyone? Champets back again for another UFC predictions video. This time with a new microphone. Hello, I'm speaking to you in a much clearer voice, luckily enough, which is awesome. Besides the point, coming off a good week from Bautista versus Oliveira, had a week off, and now we're ready to go for Sean Strickland versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Very excited for this fight card. It should be a banger. So, of course, we'll get into it. But first, as always, we're going to go ahead and look at what happened last week and how we did. So, yeah, ended up going well. So, I'm up 5 units, which is awesome. I had some misses. I had some hits, which was great. But hold on. All right. So, let's go through these one by one in order. I have to remember where I started. Let's see here. Matsumoto. This would be one of the first ones. This might be. Yeah. I think it's Eduardo Mora versus Kong Wing. I had money on Kong Wing money line, as well as some finishes to like round 3, round 2. She didn't do that, but she did a good job at handling the pressure and like handling the takedown attempts that Mora was attempting to get on her and stuffing them, with doing pretty good job at that. Which is good to see. Round 2 was scary. I don't know how there was a 30-27 on that scorecard. I'm going to be honest. That was crazy. But rounds 1 and 3, she looked incredible. She did what she needed to do to win and do more damage. Wang Tong is doing her thing and going up in the division. And I wouldn't be shocked if she pushes her to fight Valentina pretty soon. So that's something to consider. Next fight up the card, I have money on. I think it's probably Alex Morono versus Daniil Donchenko. I had like fight ends round 2, fight ends round 3. I had the exact same sort of thing, similar to Gautier versus Pulayev, where I'm putting some, like, I'm not even putting too much money on it, to be fair. But like round 2, round 3, Ateba, and then moneyline the other guy. I didn't do moneyline Morono, but it's like I think Donchenko's gonna get a later finish here, and I mean he didn't get the finish. I mean, shout out to Morono. That guy's tough as freaking nails. I mean, I got even lucky it even came out of round 1. Then after round 1, I mean, just Morono is just tough. So, I mean, no shame. It is what it is, you know. Fair play to Alex Morono taking that beating and still being there. He didn't win anything, really, but, I mean, fair play. Got my respect. I missed one. Another fight I had to bet on was Javid Basharat. Where was it? I had some other, like Basharat against Vasquez. I put like some bet on like what's his name, Usman. It literally says right here, Usman Nurmagomedov, and put it with Javid. It was pretty last second because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but after looking into Yanni Vasquez, I didn't like it. It got dicey, but I ended up putting like a lot of money on that parlay, and it came through. I hate hearing the news that Javid got cut. That doesn't make much sense to me. I thought I liked that he showed a lot of grit and fought pretty like smart after getting hurt pretty bad, but Javid was doing really good, and I think he is a really good fighter, and it honestly does suck to see him go. I still think he's the better brother. Die on that hill. But yeah, it is what it is. But Javid looked good, I thought, besides the time he got rocked, and he did a good job at keeping himself composed and not getting destroyed after getting rocked, but yeah, it is what it is. Like, fair play. The next fight I had a bet on was probably Justin Jacoby against what's his name? Juicebox, Julius Walker. Justin Jacoby kind of just did his thing, you know. I had Jacoby in here, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jacoby right here. I paired him with Lapalus. It's like I think Jacoby should really, like, this guy is nowhere near as good. I'm mad at myself for not putting more on it. Honestly, that round 1 got a little dicey, but like, I mean, he landed so much. And I said, all right, like, I think the 6 strike bet was like, I mean, this shouldn't be any problem at all, and it wasn't. It wasn't any problem at all. Dutch Jacoby absolutely lit up Julius Walker. And Julius Walker's too green. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. It is what it is. Next fight I had to bet on. It was Gene Matsumoto against Farid Basharat. I had both the money line as well as the spread, the +3.5 spread. The +3.5 spread cashed, so I had a 1 unit on the money line, and I got my unit back. Oh, he was so close to winning. Oh, I don't like watching Farid fight. If he doesn't get like cracked at the beginning of round 2, he wins that fight. But he did. He did. So fair play to Basharat. But Matsumoto, he's a dog, and he's gonna put dudes into dog fights. And he put Farid in one. Farid did a good job of surviving it. I don't think he was doing that great in it, but yeah, Matsumoto, he was very close to winning this fight and couldn't have got it. But because of that moment at the beginning of round 2, fair play. Farid gets it. So yeah, shout out to Gene Matsumoto for at least cashing the plus 3.5. Next fight I had a bet on Rizvan Kuniev versus Jailton Almeida. I was on Rizvan. Big Riz came through. The takedown attempts from Jailton were nothing, and if he doesn't have the takedown attempts, he's nothing. Like, honestly, he doesn't do anything. In the fight, you could see Jailton not brace, but set up an elbow, and he just physically can't throw it. It makes no sense. Jailton is the worst in terms of like watchability, in terms of making money. I mean, that guy will do you favors, but I mean, he just didn't do anything against Rizvan, who has good takedown defense. He's the guy with the best takedown defense of any of the guys Jailton has faced so far, and I mean, it showed. And Jailton had so much trouble. So yeah, Rizvan Kuniev absolutely worked Jailton, just outworked him. Simple as that. Yeah, good bet. Next fight I bet on Amir Albazi versus Kyoji Horiguchi. I was on Amir. This guy hurts me. It's okay. It could have been way worse. If he got finished, it would have been terrible. But he didn't. So I lost my unit. It's okay. I had a lot of money on that Amir Albazi finish only. He got gracked a few times, and thank God, man, that guy is tough. That guy is tough, and you cannot take that away from Amir Albazi. Because of that, I had a good night. So shout out Amir Albazi for not just getting nuked by Kyoji, even though you got hurt a few times. I mean, there's just the speed difference is too much. Kyoji looked amazing. He got dropped round 1, although you could say it was like a off balance kind of thing. Like he wasn't really like that hurt, but besides the point. One judge gave him that round, so I don't feel terrible. But I mean, Kyoji just worked them. It is what it is. Yeah, I was thinking is a buy low spot on Amir, but at last it didn't look good, and the speed difference really was that big. So it is what it is. Fair play to Kyoji Horiguchi. You do look amazing. And the last fight I had a bet on Mario Batista versus Vinicius Oliveira. I had a big bet on Mario here. I'm mad at myself that I didn't put more on it. Mario smoked Vinicius Oliveira bad. Vinicius had a terrible weight cut and came in and he just got smoked. I don't know what his game plan was coming in, trying to wrestle Mario Batista. I know he came in with, I think, like an injured arm or something like that, but nonetheless, I don't really understand. But man, Mario Batista worked him to the bone, outworking him in the jiu-jitsu positions. I mean, I was supposed to see like a fight happen on the ground, honestly, in the clinch. So, I mean, he's just outworking him everywhere and doing the better work and finding the sub round 2. He looked incredible. Mario Batista, amazing fighter. Always been high on him. He's always been my guy. Came through. So very, very happy about that. In terms of the other fights and like picks wise on that card, we can go through that really quickly. I went 10 of 13. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice, but at the same time, it's mostly just favorites winning. So yeah. Claudia Segula versus Priscilla Cachoeira. It's not how I thought this would go. I'm so happy I didn't bet Segula because, I mean, look, she won on the feet, no problem. But like at the same time, she couldn't get any takedowns since Cachoeira, which is a big red flag because she's getting taken down by flyweights. Like, what's going on here, Segula? Come on, work with ATT more. Keep going, keep being at that gym and getting better. Good win from Segula. She did what she had to do, but she's not great. Jakub Viklax versus Muin Gafarov. Oh my God, what a submission in round 3 by Jakub. This guy, I mean, the commentators said it. And I even said to myself live, it's like, this dude is RDR, is 135 RDR. And I mean, he is, and he kind of showed up like him. Like, I mean, he's got a lot of better striking than RDR does, to be honest. Like, RDR striking is not good, besides like the knees. But this guy has some kicks to him. He has some kicks to him, and he can throw a little bit straight. But Still not the best striker, but man, the work on the ground is just, my God, this guy is good. To be fair, Muin Gafurov is on his way to winning this fight, and his fight IQ is beyond bottom level. I mean, I said this in my breakdown, like, oh, this dude's just gonna put himself into a guillotine. He's like, he's bad at guillotines, and that's what happened. I mean, yeah. What's there to say? Like, he had the fight won, then he shoots in for a takedown and gets put into a sub attempt that looks like a close fight ending. So we would have won on the scorecard. It was insane. Great fight though. Amazing viewing experience. And I mean, even at the beginning, Jakub just rocks him too. So yeah, Jakub Viklax, man. I like this guy. I think he's pretty good. Maybe not like special or anything like that, but he's pretty good. Talked about this one. Kellen Souza versus Bruno Brazil. I feel so good not betting on this fight. Not like I even wanted anything to do with this fight. I said flat out with both these girls, like, do not trust either of them. And I feel justified in doing so and saying that. I feel very justified after watching that fight. Bruno Brazil won round one, and like Catelyn is just getting hit nonstop, getting like, maybe not hurt, but is like stunned with pretty much everything Bruno Brazil throws. And then she just proceeds to get pushed up the rest of the fight by Kellen Souza, and Kellen Souza just wins by doing more. It's a terrible look, man. She's not good. Bruno Brazil is not good. I don't think Kellen Souza is good either. I don't take anything from this win at all. So, I mean, what is there to say? Kellen Souza outworked her. I mean, what else is there to say? Both these girls are just not it, in my opinion. Sorry. Nikolai Veretennikov versus Nico Price. I mean, Veretennikov just nukes Nico Price round one. I mean, what is there to say? Yeah, Nico's done. I don't even know if there's anything much more to say about that. I talked about that fight. Mikhail Alexeychuk versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I am so happy I didn't touch this one as well. I mean, I know so many people put like Mikhail by KO and stuff like that. I was like, man, Mab, if he can get out of like the early part of the fight, this is very interesting. And props to Mikhail because he showed development, and and in round three, the coach of the Fighting Nerds, I give the Fighting Nerds a lot of flack over time, but like I gotta give credit where it's due. He definitely had Mikhail win this fight. Like maybe not himself, you know what I mean, but like he helped him win this fight big time by saying, "Yo, calm down, don't brawl with this guy, be smart." And yeah, and Mikhail adjusted round three and fought way better. So shout out to the Fighting Nerds. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I should know his name, but he did a great job with that. And Mikhail looked really good after Mab did a really good job and like taking the storm round one from Mikhail. Then round two really coming back and putting it on Mikhail. So shout out to Mikhail Alexeychuk for doing a good job there. And yeah, that's it. So let's go through my picks for this card as well as my bets. Sadly, I accidentally did this on accident. But we'll go through these. I'm going to leave some of them just left by like this. So I'm not going to open up stuff so you don't see what I'm talking about or picks wise until I reveal it. Oh boy. This first fight. People are not going to like my opinion on this first fight. And in fact, I'll say this, like I there's a lot of fights that so many people are going to disagree with me on this fight card. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with people. Don't cover my head. But I mean, I'll give reasons for why I'm thinking the way I am. And like, I think a lot of these odds on this card are off. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to pay the price because I'll be betting them. But I have a specific thing I'm going to mention for this fight. Look, I'm going to reveal it. I am picking Carly Giudice. But you see there, I have decision for a reason. I don't think she's finishing Juliana Miller. I think this fight can be very dicey for Carly Giudice. Let me tell you exactly why. And I'll tell you what, I'm not betting nothing on Carly Giudice. I'm a Carly Giudice guy. I think this girl can fight for a belt one day. And even if she loses this fight, I still think that's the case. But this matchup is very dangerous because it's people are ignoring the fact that this is a binary fight. They just think Juliana Miller just has no chance at all. She has insane jiu-jitsu. Let's not forget the jiu-jitsu. She beat Bia Mesquita in a grappling match. I know it was with overtime rules or whatever, but still, that's insane. Bia Mesquita is like a prodigy. And I mean, you see what she's doing to girls at bantamweight. That's no small feat. Juliana Miller is really good. She's not really good. No. She's really good at jiu-jitsu. That's what I mean. But the thing is, she's at that camp in Washington. That camp in Washington that trained Juliana Pena, Michael Chiesa, Brady Highstand. Like this type of archetype that Juliana Miller is, where she's more like a grappler, and just doesn't have that great of striking. I mean, that's them. That's them. If there's a gym for her archetype to go to, it's probably that one. They can game plan pretty well. I mean, Michael Chiesa is a pretty smart guy. That's something. She's not going in there just try and strike with Carly Giudice. You'll be dumb if you think that. It's not what's happening at all. I promise you that. She knows if she gets this fight in the ground, oh boy, it's a different world. Because when have we seen Carly Giudice really hit the ground really with someone after like the attitude of Juliana Miller in like a good position? I mean, Gabriela Fernandez took her down like once. Gabriela Fernandez is not good at jiu-jitsu, man. She really isn't. Nicole Kalari took her down once. She did. That's a very small girl. I mean, I know she has jiu-jitsu, but I don't think her jiu-jitsu is that great. But she's also a small girl for the weight class. Like, she's not a flyweight. She got absolutely bullied by Carly Giudice as well as Ernesta Carrasqueta. Shout out to Ernesta. Juliana Miller sizes up well with Carly Giudice. She's not necessarily small. She's lanky. She's very lanky. And if she can get this fight on the ground at any point, Carly Giudice just slips. Bear in mind, she's like minus 800. Like astronomical odds. Do not bet her. Do not parlay her. I beg of you, do not do this. Do not do that. If this hits the ground at any moment and Miller has some time, oh boy. Oh, because Miller is nasty on top. Because she got elbows. She can beat girls down. I don't even know if Carly Giudice necessarily can get ups if Miller gets position. We don't know. She's never really fought a girl of this archetype. And the fact of the matter is, there's no denying Carly Giudice is green. When you hear her interview with I believe it's, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. Let me look. It came to me a moment later. James Lynch. Her interview with James Lynch. She talks about, I just want more fight. It was very like a Tom Aspinall approach, where you heard Tom Aspinall be like, just give me more fights. I need time. I need experience. I need to get better. Carly Giudice says the same thing. And I love that from her. This is a good fight. I mean, this is a good fight for her to get the experience she needs. It's good for her development. But I mean, good for her development doesn't come with the fact that she can still lose. Like this, she is not unbeatable by any means. She is really good. Again, I think she's the Max Holloway of this weight class. If this fight's on the feet for 15 minutes, Juliana Miller's getting her face rearranged. I get that. I completely agree with that. Man, Miller's tough, bro. Miller is tough. People are going to look at that Luana Santos fight with Juliana Miller and be like, oh, she sucks. She's terrible. That fight is not indicative of anything. Let me tell you why. She came in with a totally destroyed shoulder in that fight. And because of that, she had to let loose, let all that cardio go and just screw it. Let's freaking go. Stupid approach. And she got killed for it. But that's why she went for it, because her shoulder was completely destroyed. You can look back at the fight. You see it. So I don't take really anything from that fight. She is tough as freaking nails. She got the meth head straight because it kind of looks like one. Still, love Juliana Miller. And more time at that gym, I think she's gonna get better. She's pretty young in the sport as well. She's pretty new. Probably not as new because she went through tough. Like those tough fights are not even listed on there. And she's been through the ringer. And I mean, obviously on the feet, I'm picking Giudice to win a decision. I think she wins a decision. I think the round 3 decision is a good look because I think Juliana Miller is tough as nails. I think she's gonna. I mean, have you seen the video of her saying like, "You think I'm just gonna lay down and let her smoke me?" Hey, respect. Yeah, I think she's a freaking dog, man. I really do. And let me tell you about the betting angles I like on this fight. That the very, very best one, in my opinion, it's one of the most crazy lines I've ever seen. If you go on DraftKings, if you have DraftKings by any chance, and you go to Juliana Miller, Carly Giudice, fight lines, then you check submission only, plus 185 Juliana Miller, minus 265, 250 Carly Giudice. Bear in mind, this submission only prop. It's if there's a KO involved by either lady, it voids. You get your money back. If there's a decision from either lady, it voids. You get your money back. If there's a submission, if Juliana Miller gets a submission, you make your money. If Carly Giudice gets a submission, you lose, etc. For Carly Giudice to be minus 250 for insane. She does not go for a sub. But how many? I'm not even sure. I've never even checked this. Has she even gone for a sub attempt in the UFC? I don't even think so. It's just not who she is. That's not who Carly Giudice is. 0 sub attempts. She doesn't. Why would she go for subs against Juliana Miller? She's not going to be doing that. This is a free roll. This is one of Juliana Miller's biggest chances of victory is the submission prop. Is the submission. Look, she can win by TKO too, so I'm not telling you to use that same logic for Carly Giudice KO. I'm not saying that at all, because I think Juliana Miller has a chance to win by ground and pound with like elbows and stuff like that from top position. But I do know damn sure Carly Giudice is not subbing Juliana Miller. It has to be some kind of clubbing sub, I guess. But like, she's just gonna throw more punches. Her coaches are probably telling her, do not grapple with this girl all camp. Strike with her. So I have a huge bet on that plus 185 on DraftKings. Sadly, I can't track it on Bet Sadly, it is what it is. But that line is beyond insane. You'll probably get your money back, but I mean, if Juliana Miller gets on the ground, your money is so live to cash there, because she is a really good jiu-jitsu girl on the ground. And again, Carly Giudice is green. She's not a submission girl by any means. She's a great striker. And look, I get it. The speed's gonna be tough for Juliana Miller to beat, because she's kind of slow and lanky and stuff like that. That she has to be training for that all camp. I mean, we know this. And she's been training to get Carly Giudice down all camp as well. So she's not coming in this fight. Like, it's not like the Ivana Petrovic fight where it's like, Juliana Miller maybe could do some work on the feet. No, it's completely different. She knows I'm getting this fight on the ground, and I'm going to beat the living crap out of Carly Giudice and try and get her out of there. That's what Juliana Miller's thinking. So that's a look I like. And I'll tell you what, because of that durability that I believe Juliana Miller does have, I like the finish only as well. Not just the submission finish only, but like finish only with KO and sub, which is like a pretty big number. Which I'm definitely gonna track Bet Tips. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna do it pretty last minute, because everyone's just going in thinking Carly Giudice only won with finishing equity here, and I just completely disagree. Because there's if this fight hits the ground, it's a very binary fight. And I don't think Juliana Miller's just trying to hold. I don't think she's just gonna be trying to hold with Carly Giudice on the ground. So I think she's a very live underdog. I'm not telling you the better money line. I think it's a better way to play her is like that finish only, because I mean, there's no denying on the feet. Yeah, Giudice is gonna land and fire all day, but oh man, so many parlays can get busted by this girl Juliana Miller. I'm not gonna be a part of that. I refuse to. I like both these girls so much. I do. I mean, it feels weird to say I like Juliana Miller, although she cashed me pretty big last time against Ivana Petrovic. But yeah, Carly Giudice is scary to just back here, in my opinion. So absolutely not backing Carly Giudice here, and betting wise. But I am picking her. I also think if you want to bet Carly Giudice, round 3 decision is probably a good look as well for like better odds. I'm not even sure if they have odds on that out yet. But like, I don't think she's finishing her. So that's why I'm like leaning towards that. There's no odds for it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's already like a pretty insane hot take. No one agrees with me on that, but hey, I'm ride or die with Killer Miller, I guess, even though I'm picking against her. Yadir Del Val versus Jordan Levitt. Oh my God, here we go again. I'll just put it there. Jordan Levitt, I think he's live to win this fight. Look, I'm not putting no big money on Jordan Levitt. I'll say this. I'm not betting anything on this fight because I refuse to bet anything on this fight until I see Jordan Levitt on the scales. First time at 145. I don't know what that's going to be like. I don't know how he's going to size up. I need to see that. But beforehand, I think he's going to probably be fine. Like, he's used to much bigger guys than 155, and coming down, he's going to have more of a more physicality than he used to have at 155. I know Yadir is a pretty physical guy himself, but I just think Levitt's been fighting 155ers, and he's fighting pretty good ones as well. He finished Kurhalaba, who just doesn't get finished by subs really. Like, never happened in the UFC, and he just subbed him really quickly. Like, that's the other thing. Del Val he's a really good grappler. Jordan Levitt is too. Jordan Levitt is a really good grappler in his own right, and that's just pretty much his whole game. And he gave Paddy Pimblett some big problems. Not like Paddy Pimblett's the best thing ever, but Paddy Pimblett's one good thing. He's got great grappling, and Jordan Levitt was giving him trouble. Chase Hooper, really talented grappler. I think better grappler than Del Val personally. Victor Mart. What's there to say about that one? And then Trey Ogden. That's a pretty good one. And now that fight happened a good amount on the feet. So and people are mentioning Yadir has such a big advantage on the feet, and okay, I'll give you I think he has an advantage on the feet, but at the same time, Jordan Levitt is so awkward. He's so awkward on the feet. Trey Ogden's a good fundamental strike. You saw him beat Daniel Zellhuber in this striking. Jordan Levitt is so awkward that people that strike normally just don't know how to strike with him. So I don't think that's really gonna be happening. One look I think is interesting is fight ends by sub. I'm not sure I'm gonna end up betting that, but I thought it was interesting because I think both guys have that equity to possibly get a sub in this fight. I'm not trying to take away from Yadir. It's not like I'm the most confident in Levitt. Oh, the Monkey King's really good, man. He is really good. Yeah, I just think his grappling is pretty legit, and I'm not really impressed, super impressed by the wins that Yadir has really gotten in the UFC. The Bulgarian fight. Well, what's there to say? What's not been said? Yeah, he's a rigged fight. I don't know what Bulgarian was on that fight. And then Connor Matt. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? I think Levitt's very live underdog here. I wouldn't be just betting on Yadir Del Val. I'm not telling you necessarily bet on Jordan Levitt either. I'm not going to have much. I'm probably maybe 0.5 units or something like that on Jordan Levitt. But maybe not even. Just enough to make 1 unit probably. Be all I'm interested in for Jordan Levitt. But I do really think that Jordan Levitt's live to win this fight. So yeah, give me Jordan Levitt. I think he gets it done. JPL versus Phil Rowe. I didn't put this one. I'm gonna go Phil Rowe by KO. 2, 3. Let's go 2. I'm not crazy about this one in terms of there was one bet I like, and that's the finish only on Philip Rowe. For some reason, his money line was basically a little better than his finish only, which makes no sense to me. Philip Rowe doesn't really win decisions, and I can see this go similar to Philip Rowe's last fight, where Philip Rowe is taken down a bunch by Ko and just couldn't really do much, and he's jiu-jitsuing his whole time. Honestly, this fight very well could be that, but if it's not, and I think Philip Rowe is working on the feet, not something to mention. Philip Rowe's short notice, so it's worth mentioning. It's a little scared to back, and that's why I like the finish only, because I'm not sure about his cardio for a decision, but I think he's tough, and I don't think he's gonna get finished. But man, Philip Rowe, he's always, he could strike. This guy can strike, and down the pipe. Man, he strikes nice. I think he can absolutely catch JPL. I don't think he's bad, but I'm not overly impressed by him. Maybe he can impress me here and change my mind, but quick finish on Dana White Contender Series. I think this is a pretty big step up, honestly. Philip Rowe, I think, is going to find the shots he needs on the feet. be able to stop the takedowns and yeah, just snipe JPL basically. So yeah, give me Philip Rowe. I like the finish only look though. If I'm not betting his money line, no thanks, no thanks. But finish only plus 170, get your money back on a decision. I like that. I like that as a look. So yeah, I'm not crazy about JPL. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Ponelli Soriano. I don't know. I like Soriano to win this fight though. I think Brahimaj needs under 1.5, like he always does, to win a fight. Yeah, I think Soriano, if he has a brain, is going to just strike with Brahimaj. He's going to strike with him and win with the striking. But that under 1.5, like that time and that span is going to be scary. Brahimaj looked a lot better as of late, and I am very scared because Soriano would just put his head in places where it shouldn't be, and Brahimaj is insanely good at those grappling. But bro, we haven't forgotten the Temba Garimbo fight. I have to mention that. That just happened not that long ago. Yeah, I think Soriano, if he's smart, man, please just strike with this guy because you're probably the better striker. Yeah, use the striking, win like that. I don't trust his fight IQ that much, and I'll say that. I have some interest in maybe like Soriano round 3 decision, maybe, or maybe just by points. I don't think it's a bad thing because Brian Hodge is really tough. He is really tough. So I think it's pretty likely to go long if Soriano's ending up winning. So that's a look I'm somewhat interested in. I'd probably only put something small in it, but I think it's an interesting look. And I mean, maybe overs is just maybe the way, because it's pretty much, in my eyes, fading Brahimaj sub. So yeah, don't hate that look at all. Nora Cornole versus Jocelyn Edwards. I hate this fight. I'm gonna go Edwards by decision, but I don't trust Jocelyn Edwards at all. I still don't think she's all that. I think she's always liable to have screw ups in fights. I don't trust her at these odds unless it's against like Tamaris Vidal. Nora Cornole is tough. She is tough, and I think she can get Edwards has times where she goes to her wrestling and grappling, she just gets reversed for no damn good reason, and that could happen here. I know her last fight wasn't like a great look. I know people are looking at their first fight, it's like, oh, Jocelyn Edwards should have won that pretty easily. Yeah, but she's not to be trusted like this. I know she's been looking better as of late, but at the same time, against who? Cachoeira. I mean, it is what it is. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name. I mean, Tamaris Vidal is one of these. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea Chandler, who I like, but no one else likes. These are not great wins. I think a fine look is like the over, like as maybe like a parlay piece, like over 2.5, like minus 300. If Edwards is not getting those finishes, that's not happening. And Nora Cornole is really tough. She is extremely tough. I know her last fight was very scary on the ground. Like I had my butt puckered because I had a finish only Nora Cornole there. She ended up surviving at the end from Rosa, who just can't finish a fly. But I think she is still tough, and I don't think she gets finished here. But another thing I'm interested in maybe is potentially the plus 5.5 spread on Cornole to maybe like parlay that. I think she can get one round on the judges' scorecards, or not like all the like 2 of them. I think there's a very possible reality where she can get like 1 round and not just get controlled for 3 rounds. So that's another thing I'm looking at and possibly being interested in. I'm not super crazy about this fight otherwise. I'd say stay away from Edwards. I don't trust her. Maybe if you see her just go on full grappling mode and like she's not even entertaining any striking, probably might not even be that bad of a live bet, even at a pretty chalky number. But like I don't know. It's just I don't trust this girl to cover big price tags. Honestly, she has been doing it like the past few fights, but I'm not convinced still. Like against two, not great girls. Nora Cornole is better than all of them. I know, again, Probably should have won that first fight, but I mean, I don't think you just trust Edwards blindly. Next fight up the card, Alvin Correa versus Luis Gurule. Here we go again, hot take territory again. Give me Luis Gurule to win this fight. I'll point out another interesting line that I saw on DraftKings that I'm probably going to look up playing. Fight lines. Decision only. Luis Gurule plus 250. Minus 380 Korea. That's crazy. The reason why most people are picking Korea to win this fight is because they think Luis Gurule's chin is terrible. And look, it's been terrible as of late. I would know. I've lost so much money on this guy. But damn, I believe in him. He's so good. In all those fights against Ode Osbourne, winning the entire time, gets hurt. I mean, it is what it is. Against Nuke. Against, what's his name? Jesus Aguilar. Winning pretty... I mean, he got hurt early. Don't get me wrong. He didn't win round one. But he's winning the whole fight, and he gets hurt and loses the fight. It is so painful because he's so good. This guy is a very well-rounded fighter. Like, this guy was one of the guys in my Champ Bets Awards video. The first one I did, I had Mario Pinto as prospects I really liked going in from Dana White Consider Series on. Mario Pinto and Luis Gurule were the ones I picked. Mario Pinto looking pretty great, but Luis Gurule's been hurting my soul. And he's not doing bad. He's pretty good. He's trained some really good people like Brandon Royval in that gym. What I think is, like, look, he can get nuked. I get it. I understand it more than anyone. But if he doesn't, dude, my man's live. My man is live. And I think the style he has to bring in to Korea in this fight is to pressure and mix it up. And I definitely think he's going to mix it up here against Korea, because I don't think he's going to want pretty much any of the smoke with Korea on the feet. Korea looked really good against Alessandro Costa as a short notice guy. But I mean, I think they're just like, I think the odds are being too influenced by that outcome, to be honest with you. He looked great. Don't get me wrong. He looked great, but I think it's a little too much recency bias here. I think Luis Gurule is still a really legit guy. You got a guy with his back against the wall who needs a win badly here. I think I'm going to back Gurule here again. I'm going back to the well. If he gets KO'd, man, I'll live. I'll cry on the inside, but I'll live. Yeah. If this fight goes long, like plus 250, like there's no world that it's plus 250 Luis Gurule. No world. It makes zero sense. This guy's a really good minute winner. Unless he gets hurt multiple times. And if he gets hurt multiple times, I mean, Korea could absolutely finish. And you avoid that bet and you get your money back. So that's another look I really like this weekend for Gurule decision only. But honestly, I think the money line is a good bet as well. Because low-key, he could finish him too. Like later on in the fight. So give me Gurule. I think he gets the job done. Next fight up the card. Ode Osbourne versus Libby Idris. Give me a Libby. If you know me, I love this guy from the Ultimate Fighter. I maybe love him too much because I got destroyed against Joseph Morales. That's okay. Shout out to Joseph Morales. He looked amazing in that fight. And also, I will say Libby looked kind of weird in that fight. And maybe that's due to Joseph Morales. Completely different fight this time around. Look, I'm going to be backing Libby. I'm going to be betting Libby. I'm going to be crapping my pants in round one because I am so scared the spins this guy does and the takedowns he does. Like, I mean, not the takedowns, but like the spins he does really. And like his chin is kind of wide open. And if Ode catches that chin, oh boy. But I know I can trust Libby to put in the wrestling here. I know that. And if this gets to round 2, round 3, oh boy, Ode is going to be getting washed. He's going to be getting washed. And even round 1, I think, is going to be happening. Alibi's relentless. This guy's a cardio monster. And I think he's going to be pressuring Ode all day. And, I mean, he has to know that you can't get touched to this guy. And it's like the nuke of death. But something I will say, like, I think this fight could be very similar to Ode Osbourne versus Lazy Boy, Ronaldo Rodriguez. Where he gets nuked early, but he's still there. and he ends up winning the fight from there on because Ode just completely like blows his load there. This fight can absolutely be similar. It might even be a pretty good live spot on Alibi, but I'm going to be backing him before pre because I think Alibi is going to be rinsing Ode. I think the UFC likes Alibi a lot from Tough. Daniel Cormier, I can't speak for some reason. Daniel Cormier on the show outright said this guy is the hardest worker I've ever worked with. I mean, that says a lot. Or I mean, maybe it means like with tough guys, but I think that still stands as that's pretty good. Alibi, I think, is pretty damn legit. And training with guys like Asiel Mabayev, I think he's got what it takes to win this fight. Give me Alibi, I'll be there. And I will tell you something else. There's an interesting new betting option allowed in DraftKings. If you go, and again, I can't even post this on BetMGM Tips. I pissed me off. Alibi, Idris, Ode Osborne. If you go onto round props, they have point spreads for rounds now. If you go to round three point spread, -1.5 Alibi, Idris, plus 165. There is no way in hell, if we are in round 3, that this is -1.5. He's going to rinse Ode in round 3, 100%. That's a good bet, in my opinion. Because I'm pretty sure I may have to look into this more, because I don't necessarily know if these void, actually, if I click on this. Market will settle on the specific round only. If the applicable round does not officially start, bets for this market will be void. Exactly. So it is exactly what I was thinking. This is a great bet, because if we're in round 3, you should expect Alibi to do what he wants to Ode 100%. Ode is just not that kind of guy to be doing good later in fights. And Alibi is a cardio monster. You can trust that. So that round 3 point spread, amazing bet. I think it's a great look. So yeah, absolutely bet that as well. DraftKings is giving us some blessed lines this week, in my opinion. So shout out to them. Yeah, I think Alibi gets it done. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a finish late, low key. Cheating Joe Kiwani versus Carlos Leal. Oh my God. This is a tough one. I'm going to go cheating Joe Kiwani by decision. I know it seems kind of crazy. I'm going with decision, not KO. But let me tell you something. I think Carlos Leal still has a chin. I think that Muslim Salikov fight was just a meme. I'm going to be totally honest. I think he just got memed. And I don't think that's a high percentage outcome. I think this guy legit does have a chin. Oh man, it's very scary to back Chidi and like going to decision, because if this is going to decision, Carlos Leal is going to be there, but I trust Chidi to be able to do, like, he's not super dangerous at 170. He has been in like the ZDS fight because he got a KO there. But besides that, like, he's keeping range and he's like maintaining range and doing what he needs to do. And I think Chidi has to fight a perfect fight. And when I say perfect fight, I don't necessarily mean like he needs to be winning all exchanges. No. He needs to make sure he's fighting his fight the entire time. And keeping distance, doing a good job at that, and staying on the feet. On the feet, and like at 170, this guy's takedown defense is just freaking insane. He got back token in the last fight. I don't take that as anything crazy, like crazy bad. Matthews is better than Leal in that aspect. I don't think Leal's really going to be able to take down Chidi. If he does, oh boy. But I just think he's going to be like keeping Leal at range and picking him apart, and Leal just keep coming forward. And I'll say this, I am very afraid like Leal just kind of drowns Chidi, because we've seen it so much. Chidi does not like pressure. So, that scares the living crap out of me. I will say, in the clinch, Chidi and Joe Kiwani can absolutely brutalize Carlos Leal. So, that's where a finish absolutely could happen. Like, I think it's more likely to happen in the clinch than in range, personally. But yeah, I think Chidi's going to be able to just keep himself safe the whole time and win a kind of boring-ish fight. I think the fight goes is kind of crazy at the line. I see. I'm scared to back it because, freaking Leal. Oh my! And trusting Chidi like not to get like drowned or whatever too. It's a hard click, but I don't hate it, honestly. It'd be something I'm somewhat interested in. If I bet, I wish I kind of bet Cheaty early on, but it is what it is. The line's kind of gone. Maybe I'll get to something small, but I am scared about this sort of matchup for him. I'm a big Cheaty and Joe Kawani fan. I'm a big Cheaty bang bang kind of guy, but this doesn't feel like a good spot for him. If you're asking me in terms of like betting him, I'm good. But I do think he does win. I just don't think much of Liao. Liao has a style to win this fight. Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked if he wins, but I'm just not a big Liao guy, especially after what he did. Freaking terrible last time. It's okay. I'll live. I got back with Uros Medic. Uros Medic against Muslim. Zach Reese Pereira. I'm going Pereira round 1 KO. I think Reese is just not good. Michel is better than this guy. Way better. I think Michel should probably easily win. I'll mention this. People are talking about Michel Pereira like streaming and stuff like that, playing video games all week or whatever. Like, oh, you're playing video games on fight week. What are you doing? That means nothing, man. Robert Whittaker has been doing that for literally years, and he did it for his title reign. Like, it means nothing. Nothing. Who cares? So yeah, I could care less. He's playing a thinking man's game in Age of Empires 4, so maybe it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, Michel's just better. Zach Reese is just not a good fighter. Both these guys have gas tank issues. I think Zach Reese maybe have a little bit worse ones. I think Michel's the better grappler, maybe even better wrestler. I think on the feet he's just way better too. And the Abus Magomedov fight, he didn't look like himself. He looked terrible. He got rinsed by Fluffy. There's no shame in that. And in the darkest fight, honestly, I thought he was looking pretty all right. And he gets caught. I think he get caught at the end of the day. And he looked like himself, in my opinion. So, you know what? I believe in that Michel Pereira there. I think he's going to come back here and I think he's going to beat Zach Reese. And here's what I need the UFC to do after this happens. After Michel Pereira wins, and I will be betting on Michel Pereira, by the way. I do like him here in this spot a good amount. And I think, man, he's looked terrible as of late. But I think he just clog the nose and just go in. Just go in believing. Because, man, Zach Reese is bad. It's just bad. I mean, Dumas, my God, I love Dumas, but he was low-key doing pretty all right against Zach Reese. Jackson McVeigh was doing all right. Dusko, I mean, Asamat finished this guy in full guard. Brundage KO'd this guy with the slam. I mean, what is there to say? Yeah, Michel Pereira should get this done. But after this fight, I need Michel Pereira versus Cesare Oleksiejczuk. I need Cesare Oleksiejczuk to get revenge for Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. That's what I need. This is what I need coming into this. That's what I need coming out of this. So, Michel, get me this one, but my boy Cesare can come in and he'll do bad things to you. Shout out Cesare Oleksiejczuk. Yeah, I think Michel should win this though. Jacoby Smith versus Josiah Harrell. I'm going Jacoby Smith by decision. I think this is an interesting look at this fight. I know this is short notice, but I think the fight goes or the overs on this fight, it's a pretty interesting look. Because I think Josiah Harrell's pretty tough. He's an easy guy to root for, by the way. If you didn't know his story, is he had brain surgery. He was supposed to fight JDM a few years ago. Since then, he's come back from that, got 4 wins in a row, still undefeated. Now in the UFC on short notice against Jacoby Smith, which is a tough fight. Maybe not as tough a fight as JDM, but yeah. I do think he's live though, to be honest with you, and it's kind of why I'm looking at that over, because I think he's gonna get wrestled by Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith is just a destroyer on the ground. This guy is so damn good. Early on in fights, oh my goodness, if he can get that cardio fixed, oh my God, this guy potential world champion if he develops the rest of his game. That's how good this guy's wrestling is. But besides that, Harrell is pretty good at defending wrestling and making people work, and that's kind of what he needs to do to win this fight. I do think Jacoby wins rounds 1 and 2, and I think he's going to survive round 3 and potentially win round 3 off of takedowns or something like that. But I'm a little spooked off this one in terms of just betting Jacoby Smith outright straight up, because I do think Josiah Harrell live bet is not going to be a bad look at all after like round one, because round one is not going to be going his way. Jacoby Smith is too much of a marauder to be losing round one against Josiah Harrell. But oh boy, if he gasses, oh boy, this can snowball really fast, because Josiah Harrell's not no bum, good all around fighter, and he fought like a wrestler not too long ago, like he's pretty good, able to do what I'm talking about, what he needs to do here. So I do think Jacoby Smith's probably another level, which is why I'm still going with him. But Josiah Harrell's a smart guy. He knows what he needs to do. I'm not too interested in backing Jacoby Smith. I think that over is an interesting look, though. The over 1.5, perhaps over 2.5. Those are interesting looks. So yeah. Spivak versus Ante DeLeo. Man, I don't know, man. This fight makes me mad to pick, because I don't know who the back. I'm gonna go Spivak, I guess, by decision. I don't know. I think judo throws can potentially work on Ante. I don't think Ante on his back is anything that great, to be honest. Look, Spivak could get nuked here. He could get nuked. I won't be shocked. I'm not crazy about backing anyone in this fight. I hate this fight picking wise. If he gets nuked, he gets nuked. Spivak's hands look pretty good in his last fight against Waldo. I'll say that. It looked pretty, like, I should say improved. It's better than it has been. So I don't think he's like a sitting duck on the feet necessarily. But I kind of think this fight's going to be a clinch fest, if you're asking me. And because of that, I mean, Spivak's going to be the one clinching. So yeah, I'm going to take Spivak to win. I think he find ways to get this fight to the ground and maybe do some work on Ante DeLeo on top. And not just get nuked early on, and yeah, it doesn't work for like that. I mean, maybe Spivak's a pretty all right live bet, because if you get through round one and he doesn't get nuked, hey, it's an interesting look. So I think that might be like a potentially all right look, because I think the further this fight goes, the less likely Ante just finishes him and Spivak's life to win. So I'll go Spivak, but very little confidence. I know he's not with Tom Aspinall, because Tom Aspinall's still dealing with the eye thing. So Ante DeLeo, so that's worth mentioning. Not very confident. Dan Ige versus Milkbaziel Costa. Give me Dan Ige, man. I think this is pretty kind of insane of a line. I like that finish only look on Dan Ige. I mean, who doesn't? That's always pretty good. It's chalk, but Dan Ige just never gets finished. I know he got hurt by Patricio Pitbull last time, but I think people were kind of too low on Pitbull going into that fight, to be honest. And I mean, I outright said that. Like, I was like, low-key wouldn't be shocked if Pitbull won this fight, and he did. But Ige's still really good, and I'm still not impressed by Costa. I don't think. I mean, okay, no, that's wrong. I'm lying. I'm not like impressed in the sense of like, I don't think this guy's gonna be anything out of this world, is what I mean. He's good. That last one against Shari KOing him like that was insane. I couldn't believe it. That's props to him all the way. I think it's a low percentage outcome, but still has a good props. It's well deserved. Dan Ige's good, man. Look, I won't be shocked if this is similar to the TKZ fight where Dan Ige, where he kind of gets wrestled and grappled, and I think that's the only way Costa covers his number. But man, on the feet, I just don't think Costa's approach is really going to be doing that well against Dan Ige. Julian Erosa, I backed Julian Erosa there. You're doing pretty all right against Costa on the feet, so worth mentioning. I think, like, if he doesn't get hurt by that head kick round 2, it's interesting scorecards for that fight. But Ige, he's always there, and I think he can really crack Costa. And something I really want to mention about Costa, the activity. The activity is insane. And it's so insane that I don't think it's sustainable. I had those same questions for Merab against Piotr Jan, and those come to fruition. Nurembeke 1 year ago. Okay, so Andre Philly, 11 months, 3 weeks. Christian Rodriguez, 10 months, 2 weeks. Julian Erosa, 9 months. Morgan Charrier, 2 months, 4 days. Like, this is like 5 fights in a year span. Insane. People don't do this that often. There's a reason why they don't do this. There's a lot of different people. Like, oh, wait, Costa's built different. There's a lot of people built different MMA, and they don't do this for a reason. It's not. I know that in his last fight, he didn't take any real damage. It doesn't matter because leading into the fight, he was training really hard with hard training camps, and now he's going into another hard training camp. I don't think it's sustainable at all. And against a guy like Danny Ige, who's a G, who's hits really hard and can absolutely crack dudes. Man, I think Danny Ige is very live to crack Costa and get him out of there. If not, win a smart decision fight on the feet. I don't know how he's winning that Woodson fight, by the way. Like, talk about Danny Ige, but I mean, on scorecards he was. Like, he hasn't been looking good as of late, but the names have been really good in my opinion. I think Woodson's a good name even. Pitbull, I don't think there's any real shame to that. Murphy, I mean, fighting Evloev for a title eliminator, no shame. Diego Lopez just fought for the belt twice. No shame, Danny Ige. I think it's a pretty big step down. He's defending his ranking. He's a really good gatekeeper. So yeah, give me Danny Ige. Jeff Neal versus Uros Medic. I cannot wait to talk about this one because, man, hot take time. Uros Medic by KO round 1. I think Uros is going to win this fight. Let me tell you why. I think speed kills. I think the speed Uros Medic has is going to nuke Jeff Neal. I think Uros Medic hits different. I think he moves different. I think he's such a good mover on the feet. And man, when he darts in and out, it is such a beautiful sight to see because Uros Medic is such a nice striker. Look, I don't even necessarily think his chin is like terrible. I think it's more so like, and I know he got dropped by Gilbert Urbina, but I think it's more so the defense, honestly, that's kind of like killed him more than anything. So like, look, I know what I'm backing. I know that I'm scared to living death with Uros Medic, but what I know for a fact is this guy's live in any fight he's in because he got the nuke option. This guy hits different, and I think the speed is going to kill Jeff Neal here because I think he just moves too fast. And Jeff Neal, look, he's a good boxer, I get it, but look, he is getting older. He just took his first KO. Maybe he's going to be more hesitant. Maybe he goes to the wrestling. I mean, it'll probably be the smart thing to do, to be honest with you. Why not try and wrestle Uros Medic here? I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to try and put on a show for close to his home in Houston. Or it might even be his home, but besides the point. But man, Uros Medic, this guy is beyond underrated still, in my opinion. This guy, the striking is beautiful. It's beautiful. And he can get hurt and come back. I think, if I remember correctly, like he got cracked in that Semmelsberger fight, but came back. Let me take a quick look and remind myself. Uros Medic. I mean, the Soriano fights everyone looks at as bad look, as well as the Urbina one. But I mean, people are just forgetting about the whatchamacallit. Yeah, Semmelsberger knocked him down too. Who hits hard too, to be fair. People are forgetting how people were talking about Muslim Salikov going to that Uros Medic fight. I was the one calling freaking Salikov like terrible and old and stuff like that. Not terrible, but you know what I mean. He's old and stuff like that. Now people all of a sudden who weren't saying that we're betting on Muslim Salikov. No, he's old now. How narratives can change in MMA, man. Uros Medic is really good, man. And to be able to KO a guy like Muslim Salikov even still is impressive. That is still impressive. Muslim Salikov knew Carlos Leal pretty easily. But the speed matters, and I think the speed difference matters. Jeff Neal against long, lanky fighters. How does he do against them? He doesn't do very good, actually. Ian Gary, absolutely. I mean, I get it. These fighters are different than Uros Medic. But long, lanky fighters he doesn't do that great against like Shavkat, I guess, was like he did the best against, but he still lost. Ian Gary, I mean, he got schooled. Jeff Neal didn't have really any answers for. I have to remind myself, there's more. Carlos Pratas. I mean, he was getting worked in that fight with good power. Oh my God, there's more. Kevin Holland, he fought him in the regional scene, got worked. There is more. I am so forgetting. I need to look this. And it's coming back to me. Neil Magny. I mean, he looked awful against Neil Magny. He looked awful against him. And Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. And I mean, he's a really good striker himself. And like good, long, lanky guy. I mean, but these guys beat Jeff Neal. He hasn't beaten this archetype of fighter who are long, lanky, really good strikers. And sure, he can nuke Uros Medic, but I mean, again, I've never been high on Jeff Neal at all, and I've been high on Uros Medic. I've always been. So I mean, maybe I'm biased, and I'm gonna lose money on this one. Like I'm definitely on Uros Medic here, and I think he's gonna KO Neal bad in this fight. Hey, they made UFC Serbia. Need someone to. They're gonna make UFC Serbia. They need someone to headline. That's the guy. This could be the guy. Not Rakic, but it could be Uros Medic. Uros is the dude. Uros is the dude, man. And yeah, I think Uros Medic is as a legit shot to win this fight. I think this fight's gonna come down to who lands first, and I think with that speed Uros got, he's gonna land, man. So give me Uros Medic. I think he gets the job done. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. I'm going Hernandez to win by decision, but boy, I'm not touching this fight. I'll tell you, I'll be straight up. If this fight was 3 rounds, I'd be picking Sean Strickland outright. 100%. I'd be betting him. But it's 5. So no thanks. I'm good. Fluffy in 5 rounds is just ridiculous. This dude just does not stay off of dudes. But I'll tell you what, Sean Strickland can make this a really difficult fight for Fluffy. Because one, I mean, his teep, I think is going to be landing pretty much all day on Fluffy. That could be a problem. And we've seen Fluffy get hurt to the body so many times. If Strickland hurts into the body, that'd be kind of crazy, but at the same time, probably wouldn't be shocked because he gets hurt to the body all the time. So that's worth mentioning. The jab that Sean Strickland has, I think, is going to be landing on Fluffy. Fluffy gets hit. He gets hit. He's tough, but he gets hit. So I think that's worth mentioning too. If this is going to be a battle of who's going to be one moving forward, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. It's really, I think Sean Strickland's going to be winning early and Fluffy finds a way to get it done late. But Sean Strickland is so tough, and like in people's first fights with Sean Strickland, like before a rematch, people have such a hard time with him. He's such a difficult style to deal with, and I don't expect Fluffy to have an easy time with it at all. I do think he'll ultimately come through and find takedowns and work Strickland on the ground. But to get to that point, like I am very afraid. I am very afraid. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can get like a body lock and like catches a teep and goes on to Sean there. But Sean has been known to have good takedown defense for a reason. Like he's got a really good takedown defense. I know, like he got taken down like a bunch of times from like Drickus, like I think in their first fight, but got up pretty easily, like no problem afterwards. It's in the rematches where Strickland struggles because he doesn't adjust anything. He doesn't adjust anything. It's like the other dudes adjust. It's like, oh, I know how to beat this now, and they beat him. Please make Imavov Strickland. If Imavov doesn't get a title shot, please, I would love that. You would beat him so bad in the rematch, Imavov. Anyways, though, besides the point, I think this could be really dicey. I'm not running to bet Anthony Hernandez at all. I think maybe a live bet on him is interesting because I think he will struggle early, and like you can potentially get good odds as the fight goes on. But yeah, I think Sean Strickland's absolutely a live underdog here, and I'm not interested in backing Hernandez. I'm also not interested in backing Strickland because I'm not been crazy about the things I've been hearing from him in terms of like preparation, like getting. I mean, he looks like he's in amazing shape though. I'll say that. So that's worth mentioning. I know Fluffy wants some more trajectory wise. Fluffy going up, Strickland more likely than not going down. But yeah, give me Fluffy. I think he gets the job done. I think he gets wrestling going later on. And I will say, I like the spread bets and stuff like that. Usually, I don't like it here for Strickland, and I'll tell you why. Because I think there's a possibility of 10-8s for Fluffy in those later rounds, and that scares me. So no thanks on those spreads. Although I do think they will cash, but I'm not too interested in backing it. So. Yep, that's that for picks on the card. Now let's go through each of the fights, go over my more 6 strikes, more takedown bets that I like and stuff like that for all the fights. Judice Miller, simple as simple. 6 strikes, Carly Judice all day. Juliana Miller, more takedowns all day. It's a binary fight. It's as simple as that. Del Val versus Levitt. I guess 6 strikes Del Val. Levitt just does sidekicks really on the feet. More takedowns is interesting. I think it could go either way. I'll go Levitt because I'm picking him to win. But if you like Del Valle to win, I guess him. But I mean, there's a world where Del Valle doesn't even want to take this fight to the ground, maybe. So, not sure. I'm not crazy about that one. JPL, Phil Rowe. I think JPL more takedowns is pretty safe. Like I don't think Phil Rowe is gonna be going for really any. And then more 6 strikes. I'm gonna go Phil Rowe because I pick him to win, and I think he's going to be able to snipe JPL. Although I wouldn't be shocked if it's like JPL lands more when he gets sniped still. So let's tread lightly for that one. Brahimaj Soriano. I'll go Soriano more 6 strikes, and I also go Soriano more takedowns because I don't really think Brahimaj is gonna be going for any takedowns here. I mean, maybe he should be because I'm not sure if Soriano is going to take this fight to the ground. That's where Brahimaj is the best chance to win. But yeah, I think Soriano I'll strike him on the feet though. Edwards Cornole. I'll go Edwards more takedowns for sure. I think that's pretty safe. But Edwards more 6 strikes. I say that like carefully because I mean I think she probably should, and she'll probably be fine at distance and stuff like that. But it could be dicey. I can't lie because I imagine it's gonna be a pretty chalked line. So not crazy about that. Korea Garule more takedowns. I like that a lot, and I think Garule more 6 strikes is probably gonna be a dog odds number. I think that's gonna be an interesting good luck as well. So yeah, give me Garule on both of those. That'll be a good number too. Ode Osborne, Alibi, Idris, more takedowns, Alibi all day. More 6 strikes, I would go Alibi too, because I think he's going to be working Ode on the ground and landing shots from down there. And I think Ode is going to be high volume in this fight. Liao, Chidi, interesting. It depends on how you look at this fight. More takedowns, Liao, and Chidi's not going for anything. I mean, I'll say it. Maybe it could be something similar to the Jared Gooden fight where Gooden goes for a takedown and just Chidi lands on top of him. So maybe try lightly on that one. But more 6 strikes, I'm going with Chidi and Joe Kawani, because I think he's going to be keeping Liao at range. But if you like Liao to drown Chidi, it's going to be Liao. It's going to probably be Liao. So whatever you think about that fight, that's the way to go. Reese Pereira. I'm going with Pereira, more 6 strikes, more takedowns. I mean, I don't really know who's really going to be going for any. I guess I'll go Pereira, but I don't think either of them is really going to be going for takedowns. No thanks for a takedown bet, but Pereira should be outstriking Reese. Jacoby Smith, Josiah Arrow is an interesting one. More takedowns, definitely Jacoby Smith. More 6 strikes. I can see a world where Jacoby gets like a good amount of 6 strikes, but kind of gets outlanded in like those last round and still survives. So, I mean, I'll go with Jacoby Smith, but no thanks. Not interested. Delia Spivak. I hate this one. Takedown Spivak because I don't think Delia's going for any. But more 6 strikes. I mean, man. Probably Delia, I guess. He's probably the better striker, but no thanks. Costa Ige. More takedowns, probably Costa. I don't really think Ige is going to be going for any takedowns here. Too many of them, at least. But 6 strikes, I'll go Ige. I think he's going to keep his shots well. And I mean, Costa is not really like the most high volume kind of guy anyways either, right? So I think it's worth mentioning. So yeah, because he's mostly kicks based. So yeah, give me Ige for that. Jeff Neal, Uros Medic. If this fight goes how I think it goes, Uros Medic is going to get this 6 strikes just because he lands more and it doesn't get landed on. So that's what I think. More takedowns, probably Jeff Neal. I don't think Uros Medic is really interested in doing no wrestling. That's probably pretty safe, though, the Jeff Neal more takedowns. He might not even go to it, but if he does, there you go. And then Hernandez, Strickland. Hernandez more takedowns for sure. I think it's a good look. And I'll go Hernandez 6 strikes too, because I think he's going to be throwing a bunch at Strickland as the fight goes on. I will say there's a bet on DraftKings that is interesting as well to me. For that fight, that main event, Sean Strickland, Anthony Hernandez. It's like under 0.5 takedowns for Sean Strickland is where is it? Yeah, minus 185. I don't hate that at all. I don't think he's gonna really be trying to take down Anthony Hernandez at all. I think he's gonna try and duke it out on the feet. I would be worried though about reversing and getting on top because of that being a takedown. But if not, then that's the only thing to worry about. So I think it's a good look still, and I think Sean Strickland will not get a takedown in this fight. So, yep, those are my thoughts. Those are my picks. Thank you so much for watching. Got the new microphone set up. Hope you like that. I think it's The light may be like a little irritating though. I can't lie. So I'll maybe look into changing that or something like that. But besides the point, very happy about that. And then next week we got I think is Mexico. I think it's that Loner Kavanaugh, Brandon Moreno card. Yes, it is. Very excited about that. I have some spots I really like on that card too. So very excited for that one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. You can check me out at betmma.tips champ bets. And yeah, peace. Enjoy. Have a great one. Good luck.